Hi, welcome to the 140 Corvair Buggy Channel. I'm glad that you're here, and I've got some updates on the San Diego International Corvair Convention, and then I've gotten some questions through email on different things that I'm going to go through today, a couple of them that I hope that you'll like. One of them that we're going to get back to is I can't seem to find the oil leak in my engine, and I'm going to show you a solution of one of them, not all of them, but one of them. And then I got an email saying, how do you polish valve covers and something like oil pans as they did in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. So I'm going to get back to those, but I want to let you know about the Corvair Convention in San Diego. It has been postponed because of COVID. I know there's some states around the country that are open or have been opened, but California is not going to be open, or they'll be close to being open. And Corsa, the parent company for all of the Corvair clubs in America and around the world, I don't think is going to put money into that. So I want to just let you know about that it's going to be postponed, but keep tuned to this channel. You might want to subscribe or just click a link at the bottom there that you like it. And I'm going to keep making videos for my, as I'm building my Corvair 140 Corvair buggy. Anyway, so let's get to some better note. It kind of bummed me that we are not going to have that convention. And so I'm going to delve quickly into some of the other things. If you go on to Matt's recovery, he has finalized his, or he has gotten his engine running at LS1 in the front end of that Corvair. But I want you to watch that. I don't know exactly the name of it. I've watched it numerous times. If you watch it, he has different Corvairs. He's got a forward control pickup in there. He's got a couple of later models. I don't know if I saw another early model in there, but he may have one. I just didn't look that quick as he's driving around once he got that engine done in his buggy. So he's driving or in his station wagon. He's driving around his yard where he has a whole bunch of equipment. So go and check that out if you can. Matt's Recovery. He's in around St. George. I think he's in Hurricane, but I think it would come up St. George too. So now that I've taken care of that, also Bill T at VW Talks, you're going to want to go see him too. So let's get into these questions. So I had a question about how, once you have taken your pushrod tubes out and you put Vitons back in them, the Vitons are the best ones to get if you don't have them. I think most people are making the Vitons. You can get them from Clark's. I think they're still closed because of COVID, but you can look around and you can find them. A guy down in San Diego, Star Cook, may have some. Look him up. I don't have his phone number right here in front of me, but Star Cook does engines only. You'll love Star Cook. So if you can't find these parts, then maybe check him out. So on the upper part of your engine, you have a breather tube, and here it is right here. It goes to your crank. It's your crankcase breather. And so what happens is, once you've sealed everything up, you haven't gone to the top of your engine and pulled off your cover at the top, your fan shroud up there. You've sealed the bottom, but you haven't gotten to the top. You need to pull that top off, pull your carbs, and you'll see this as you're pulling your carbs. It goes into your air cleaners. But you want to take this one and pull it out. I have numerous ones of these that I clean. This is brand new, clean. And this is all clean, ready to go. So this holds this in. If you don't have this on and this is just hanging there, you're going to get oil, which is supposed to go up into your breather tube, into your air cleaner, is going to seep out. So you need to put a new Viton seal on that. You can check that out. I think it's close to the valve guide thing that we put on. I think it's close to those. It's not the big Viton, but you can get these anywhere. These little, you can go to California Corvairs, you can go to Raphael or whatever back east. So this is going to go on there, and you're going to make sure that that goes in. Now, do not torque this down more than 10, maybe even 12. I think it's between 8 and 12. Do not torque this down. You're going into aluminum. You're trying to put this in there. You're thinking, the tighter I get it, it's not going to work. Don't get it tight. Just snug it up and maybe get 8 to 12 at the most. But I'd stick around 8 to 10. So that's that tip. This will help. I've seen a lot of these seeping. Now, on some of your cars or trucks or buggies, this actually is tilted down. It goes down through the bottom, and it just has nothing to hook to. So on my buggy, I have that, and I'm actually going to take this one and flip it up because I'm going into a recovery system. So just know that if you don't have one, if you have one going down like this, you can always flip them up. And I'm going to take this upper flange or flare on it, and I'm going to cut it down. Once I cut it down, my hose will go over it. I have a breather recovery system and a catch can that's going to go into. I'll show you that in a different video as we go along. I have to kind of keep these short, under 15 minutes, and I'll get that out to you. Now let's move on. How do you polish an aluminum, not a steel stamped, but an aluminum valve cover? Now, a lot of them come, and here's one. This is the one that I have. This is an Offenhauser. So this one I painted a while back. I've got to clean it up. And as you can see, there's little dings in it. And so what you're going to do with this, you're going to just sand off the top. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you the process of doing that. So here's one that I did. It's an amazing setup. It looks like from the late 50s through early 70s. It's an Offenhauser. Very easy to do, but you need to get the base done better, the best at the beginning. So you're going to step in. You're going to clean everything on it. If you have to get a sandblaster or whatever, you're going to clean that all up, and then you're going to paint it. Now, it looks a lot different than this. You can see it's shinier, it's brighter, blah, blah, blah. You're going to want to make yours look like this. I'm doing a pan on my 140 buggy that looks just like that. So what I do is I take a sanding block, and I start with 60 grit. So here we have 60 grit paper. It's very rough. And you're going to take this and put it around a block, a flat block, and you're going to start sanding the top of this fin off. Now, you don't want to use it without a block because you can see you're going to lap over, but you want to put that block on there, and you just want to go back and forth on it. You're going to go around the edge. You're going to go around both ends, and you're going to clean them all up. So that's 60 grit. It's going to take it off, very rough. That's the paper that you use. Once you have it all sanded down, now just remember something. The middle of this says Offenhauser. Now you may have an Otto, you may have another brand, or you may just have fins, a chevron type fin that runs across it. This is the very, very old style. The newer ones, these fins are for dissipating heat. They're heat sinks. So on your pan or on your valve covers, that's what you're going to want to do. But you got to remember this middle portion in here, it may be hard to get that, to get down to it. That means you have to go out onto the rails out here. Once you get on the rails out there, it'll and you take those down a little, you'll expose that. So now that we've done the 60, I move up to a 240 grit, and from there, and I do the whole enchilada there. Then I move to a 320. You're trying to polish it now. You've taken paint, you've taken metal off that. From there, from that 320, I move to a 400. So you have a 400 grit. And then from there, you might say, well, 400 grit will do it. I move to an 800. Now there is 1,000, but it just doesn't, it's not, what I need to get to. I don't need to spend that much more time on it. But as you can see here, I've gone down. You can see that it's polished. I've taken this inlet out, this male inlet out, and I've actually cleaned it up. And then I went ahead and I shot some clear on it. So on this one, you can see I haven't done that on this one. That one's still painted. I'm gonna clean this all off, paint it one more time, let it set for about a day, and then I'm going to come in and I'll rough it up. I wanna show you the key. If you want to have a valve cover like this one right here, or you wanna make your engine look good, I don't care if you're in a car, or if you're in a buggy, or what you're in a trike, a Volkswagen or Corvair trike, you're gonna want to do this. It makes your engine pop. So being an artist, I had to look around. I've used clears before. I found the best clear on the market for engine or anything. I use it on my roll bars now. I use it on the whole car, my front end, my springs. And the reason is I put about 6 or 8 coats of this light. You got to go light with it. You can't go heavy. You put that on. It's very friendly too. It's paint friendly, I'll say. I have shot a lot of paint in my life, and this is by far the best paint I have ever got. I actually have 6 cans of this that I'm going to put onto my buggy if I can. I hope I can. I'm going to keep covering what I have. The reason I'm doing this is you can see on this valve cover, you can see that it's kind of dirty. And now I haven't cleaned it up, but it gets dirty if you're driving in the dunes or where on the street. You can see this one, because it's brand new, is really clean. But when I get dirt on this, I can clean it really quick. On the old one, if I didn't put a clear, this really good clear, if I put a regular clear, this has a regular clear on it, and it just stays dirty. So this other one is very good for keeping your equipment clean. I would urge you to go get into your car. I know a lot of you are out there like, oh man, I'm watching a video here and I can't work on my car. I too do the same thing. Go in, make a plan, and get back into your car. A lot of you out there have Corvairs that are not on the road. I know this is a side light showing how to clean up your engine, but I'm a firm believer in polishing the inside of your hood, trunk lid in our case, in the Corvair. At that point, you can see any oil leaks. I keep my engine compartments clean when in my cars. But in my buggy, I have to make it perfectly clean because it's going to show. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Go down and subscribe if you like it. I'm going to be making a video every week now that will go out. And this will be my first week that we have met in the Bonneville Corvair Club on Saturday. So hopefully you guys can meet or get on Zoom meetings. If you have a question about Zooms, let me know. Just go on Zoom. It's very friendly. Well, thank you again for watching, and we'll talk to you in about a week.